Welcome to Tater Time with Big Al and the Tater. Your host, Mr. Caleb Strickland.
Welcome to week 2 of Tater Time. We're so glad that you have chose to join us on this beautiful day. We're here to talk some week 2 football. Obviously the games will be terrible, but we still got things to say. So, guys, takeaway from week 1. What did you have?
I guess my biggest takeaway would be the SEC's dominance.
They definitely look good.
13-1. Only loss was our Tennessee Volunteers, but they were playing a higher ranked team. But everybody else looked good, and the coaching debuts were pretty impressive. And then the other side of that would be that the Big Ten kind of struggled. The App State, Penn State game, that was a little suspect. Michigan State struggled with Utah State.
Come on now.
Then we got, and then we got Michigan. My team, my top 4, losing to Notre Dame the way they did. I don't know if this is possible, but it seems like Harbaugh might be trying too hard at this point, and it might be affecting his team. I don't know, but I've got to cool the Jets on the Michigan Wolverines.
For sure. Tater, what you got over there?
After Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines proved once again they're overrated, I feel I owe an apology to the Notre Dame football program. I also owe an apology to Michael McDonald, Tyler Howard, and of course, Coach Lou Holtz. I will never question your Golden Domers again or disrespect Touchdown Jesus. So maybe I should go back and rewatch Rudy just to realize how great your program really is.
To the Irish. Okay. All right. Good deal. All right. I think we need to touch on at least the Saban quarterback controversy. It's made 2 of our shows already. So, Kyle, where are you at on that one?
The controversy is over. I think we all saw it. The people, the Jalen truthers that were still lingering behind the rest of us. I think you finally, hopefully, had your eyes open this past Saturday to who the future quarterback is at Alabama. I don't have any problem with Jalen still making contributions, but
right.
I think we definitely know who's going to be passing the ball.
All right, Tater, on you.
I want to talk to you guys about something that's really got my taters boiling right now, and that's this issue with this interview after the Alabama-Louisville game where Nick Saban answered Maria Taylor's question about the quarterback situation. ESPN and other media outlets are calling Saban classless for being rude to Maria Taylor, but again, this is reporting. You ask tough questions, you should expect to get tough answers. And I don't understand the surprise in Saban's reaction in the first place. He was obviously aggravated after the game, and then they bring up the same question over and over. So he actually addressed it head on and sticks up for his quarterback, which I think is a good move. And I don't think he owes anybody an apology, or should he have apologized in the first place.
Well, now that you've joined in on the bullying there, Tater, don't get too hot under the peel.
Oh! All right, let's get into the picks of the week. For our first game on the docket, we got USC at Stanford. Stanford is favored 5.5 on this one. All right, Tater, you're up. What do you got?
Stanford, USC, this is a tough game to pick for me. Last year, this was definitely a bad pick. I think I'm still going to stick with Stanford like I did last year, and hopefully I don't get bit by the bug again.
All right, Kyle, how about you?
I'm going to have to agree with the Tater on this one. With USC's youth, I just don't think that they're going to be able to pull this one off, even though they did look impressive with new quarterback, true freshman, and wide receiver. That hookup looked to be good. But I'm still going with Stanford and their experience here.
Of course, we're picking Penn State and Pitt because AJ is a Penn State homer.
Yep.
And
they like to believe they can play football.
Right. So, Kyle, what you thinking?
In this one, Penn State, like I mentioned earlier, didn't look all that impressive in their first game against an Appalachian State team. Had to go into overtime. But I think this one could be competitive. I don't think that they're going to lose or anything. It is only an 8.5 spread. Penn State's favored. I go with that. I say I'll take Penn State by 10.
Okay, all right, Tater. You had Penn State in your top 4. What are you thinking about this game?
Penn State dodged a huge upset last week at home, and now they travel to Heinz Field to face the Pittsburgh Panthers in an in-state rivalry game. I do feel Penn State bounces back this week. It might be a close one, but I do think McSorley in the running game, as well as Juwan Johnson, will help Penn State to a victory.
All right, AJ, get yourself together. All right, so we're moving on to the in-state games for the week, which are pretty much terrible games. We got Alabama State and Auburn and Arkansas State at Alabama. AJ, what's your take?
I'm going to keep this short. Alabama plays Arkansas State and Auburn plays Alabama State. I like Alabama and Auburn big in these games. I don't think it should surprise anybody.
Yeah, buddy, you seem to be coming apart a little bit over there. But actually, there are some interesting facts to this game. This is the first ever meeting between the two schools, and while we are talking about a football competition, I think we all know what we're most interested in is the band competition, and I feel confident in saying that the Alabama State Hornets will take that win.
Whoa!
Yeah, everybody loves the band.
Oh, not putting your money on the $1 million band.
No, everybody loves the band. Then we'll jump over to Tuscaloosa and Arkansas State. The fun fact here is that most of you probably don't know this if I had to guess, but Arkansas State has the famous alumni known as the Outlaw Ron Bass. You might be asking who that is. Former WWF wrestler who once called out Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake. That is per Wikipedia, but I take their word for it. And yes, that is literally the most interesting fact I could find about Arkansas State.
Okay. Moving on to Clemson at Texas A&M. Kyle, what are you thinking there?
So we got to see Trevor Lawrence, week 1. That's Goldilocks, for those of you who don't know, Clemson's quarterback. He looked good. I think we're going to see him some more here. Jimbo also looked good in his debut, though they were playing a high school team. I kind of see this game being a little competitive. One of those where you might look up at halftime and it's tied, something like that. But in the end, I think Clemson is going to prevail because the fact that their offense is better than Texas A&M's defense, and Texas A&M's defense is worse than their offense. #analysis.
All right, Tater, if you can hold it together for a couple more, what do you got on this one?
Number 2 Clemson travels to Texas A&M to face Texas A&M in a matchup we're all used to, Dabo versus Jimbo. In this matchup, I feel like Clemson will try to get the ball to Justin Ross with Kelly Bryant, and they will have success doing so. They will be too much, and they will beat the Aggies by at least 2 touchdowns.
All right, last but not least, we're going to talk about the old Bulldogs from Georgia at South Carolina. Georgia's a 10-point favorite in this. This is probably the best matchup in the SEC this week. AJ, where are you on this one?
Georgia plays South Carolina Saturday in a game that everybody's expecting to be a close one. I, however, am skeptical. I'm not buying the hype of South Carolina, and I'm taking the Bulldogs big in this game.
All right, and what about you, Kyle?
Yeah, we got a nice little top 25 matchup here. Of course, like every year it seems, this is South Carolina's year, we're told. I could see them keeping this game competitive, but I think Georgia's, in the long run, just going to have too many weapons, too many players, and we'll win this game convincingly.
All right. Tater, what is going on with you over there?
Dude, I told you that's what would happen if you got fried up. God.